Before I saw this movie, I wanted to check the time. The last one clocked in at over 2 hours, and I was surprised to see that this one actually was about an hour and 45 minutes. Sadly, it's an hour and 25 minutes of nothing. Just absolutely nothing happening. And then the last 25 minutes, it decides that it wants to have at least something that resembles a plot. Before then, it's just an hour of stuff happening. There's no plot. This is literally all it is. It's they go on vacation, they have sex, they go on vacation some more, they have sex, they argue, they have sex, they argue some more, they have sex, they go on vacation, and it's just this over and over again. It's exhausting. That's the biggest problem with this movie. There's no plot whatsoever, no plot structure. I've been watching movies for years, and you know what I've learned? There's a 3-act structure. It's so easy. You have your act 1, your act 2, your act 3. This movie, I don't know what it's doing because I was 45 minutes into this movie. Now, usually with a movie, you're able to tell when you're in a certain act. There's certain stuff that happens that makes you aware of where you are in the movie, or where you think you should be. I was 45 minutes into this movie, and I didn't know if I had left Act 1 and was in Act 2. I didn't know where I was. And the problem is because there's nothing happening in the movie. There's nothing happening. Let's talk about the performances. They're terrible. Jamie Dornan and Dakota Johnson, they don't even look like they care anymore. Which, who would care at this point? I feel like they all know what they're making. I don't think anyone cared about what they were making with this movie. And I feel like it shows. The only person that looks like they're having fun doing what they're doing is the guy that plays the villain of the movie, Jack Hyde. He's actually kind of awesome to watch. He's probably the best actor in this movie. As for the sex scenes, they're not even sexy. The people making this movie, it feels like they're embarrassed to make sex scenes or show any nudity at all. I mean, you're making a movie based on an erotic book. This movie is about as erotic as a block of wood. You know what looking at a block of wood is like? It's boring, just like this movie. Now, I've heard some critics call the 50 Shades movies softcore porn. And I really don't see it. At least softcore porn, you can find pleasure in it, maybe? I don't know how you can find pleasure in this movie. The sex scenes are just kind of boring and lifeless, and it's just... porn is better. There, I said it. That's the best way to sum up this film. It's boring. Nothing happens in it. It doesn't go anywhere. It doesn't feel like anything is leading to anything. It doesn't lead anywhere. It just feels like another 50 Shades movie. Because nothing ever happened in any of them. Nothing happens in any single one of these movies. Because there's no plot. There are just scenes and things happening in them, sort of. There's no plot. Oh, and something else I have to mention. This movie also finds a way to make fun of the foster system, or at least insult it. Okay, I don't even care about spoilers anymore. I'm just gonna say whatever. Okay, at the end of the film, Christian Grey learns that the villain was in the same foster home as him, And he's all like, if I hadn't been adopted by my rich family, I could have ended up like him. So, he is basically saying, if you get adopted, you're fine. But if you don't get adopted in the foster system, then you're just going to become a rapist, and you're going to stalk people, and you're just going to be a horrible person. I hate this movie. Guys, 50 Shades Freed is just bad. It's just really bad. Really irredeemably bad. Don't see it. Don't waste your time. It's not worth it. There's plenty of other movies to see, like Paddington 2, for example. I'm just glad to say that it's over, and we don't have to worry about any of these movies ever coming out again. And honestly, I feel really glad for these actors because they're really talented people, but none of them, none of them could elevate this script because there's just, well, it's finally over. It's finally over. I'm 50 Shades Freed! Yep, I know it was bad, but, everybody's saying it. You could watch other reviews, and I don't care. Guys, if you like this video, please leave a comment and like and subscribe to the channel. I'll see you in the next review.